Peace to the family, it's the Hood Mystic, representing www.hoodmystic.com, here to discuss this video, which will be outlining the Pisces and the Moon Tarot card, as well as the Archetype it forms, which is the lymphatic system. It also addresses our fight and flight response and how we balance that energy as well. So without further ado, let's first talk about archetypes. Now, archetypes is a Greek word, archetypon, which means first molded. Carl Jung claimed that there are fixed numbers of models that we all share without having been taught them. So he reasoned that these archetypes are actually inner clues as to how we can grow into self-realization. So when we deal with astrology, when we deal with tarot, we're actually dealing with the system of how our inner body works. And once we get in tune with our inner body, we can take control of our external world. So let's begin dealing with Pisces. Pisces is Latin for the word fish, and it is the 12th and final constellation in classical astrology. Additionally, Pisces is a mutable water sign, which is focused on being adaptable and flexible with your emotions. So in other words, Pisces represents your interconnection with everyone and everything based on the ubiquitous electromagnetic field which we all share, from animals to humans to plants and all things in between. Pisces rules over the entire lymph gland system. This is the body's primary means of detoxification and plays a key role in our human and spiritual potential. Additionally, lymph is a clear to white fluid made of white blood cells, lymphocytes, which are cells that attack bacteria in the blood. So the word rasa means lymph or juice, which implies that the lymph is our longevity juice. In other words, Pisces is a water sign, represents that lymphatic fluid that detoxifies our body and keeps us alive and present. The Moon Tarot card represents illusion, deception, and dealing with the more challenging aspects of life. The reason for this is because it represents the unknown fear and the things that we do not really want to face. Pisces is associated with the Moon Tarot card. For this reason, this card deals with the subconscious, our emotions, intuition, and the arts. Pisces is ruled by Neptune, the god of waters. In Egyptian mythology, this energy is personified as Sobek. In other words, the Moon Pisces archetype references your emotional brain, aka your reptilian brain, and its fight or flight response based on the external world. The Hebrew letter Kaf connects Pisces and the Moon Tarot card. Additionally, Kaf means the back of the head and is related to the cerebellum of the brain, which amongst other things is concerned with regulating pleasure and fear responses. Additionally, the lymph system allows for the drainage of cerebrospinal fluid to reduce disease and as well as cancer. Furthermore, when there is no proper drainage and detoxification, disease takes place in our body. So, in understanding this Pisces and Moon archetype, we are activating our inner mystic, our cosmic poet, our lucid dreamer, our constant visionary, our hidden artist, and as well as tap into latent abilities. So specifically, you are activating the shadow of your visible circulatory system and electromagnetic field. And when we reference the shadow, we're just simply referencing the root to our existence, which is found in the lymphatic system. If our blood was never detoxified, if the diseases were never purged out of our body, we would cease to exist. One of the most misunderstood bodily systems is the lymphatic system. And this is mainly because we are focused on accumulating and hoarding, while the lymph system purges and detoxifies the body. The lymph vessels are located as network throughout all tissues in the body. Lymph vessels assist the circulatory system and all the cells of the body by removing waste, germs, and excess water from the tissue fluid. Additionally, the lymph fluid is the most refined substance in the body that resembles consciousness itself. Also, this fluid resides in the heart. It maintains our body and also supports the spiritual process. Moving on. The fight or flight response, also known as the acute stress response, refers to a psychological reaction that occurs in the presence of something that is terrifying, either mentally or physically. The response is triggered by the release of hormones that prepare your body to either stay or deal with the threat to run to safety. While the fight or flight response happens automatically, that does not mean that it's always accurate. Sometimes we respond in this way when there is no real threat. So in understanding the body's natural fight or flight response is one way to help cope with such situations. When you notice that you are becoming tense, you can start looking for ways to calm down and relax your body. Sobek is associated with the reptilian brain. This is the primitive, nonverbal part of the brain that ensures our survival at the level of stimulus and response. The reptilian brain holds the most ancient evolutionary patterns from which we have evolved. Sobek is also another way of saying Neptune, the planet that rules over Pisces. So in conclusion, to create a balance in our inner lives, we must assign emotions to our knowledge. When we read things, it is simple to have this information, but if it doesn't change our emotional field, then it won't change our lives. So read things, pay attention to things that uplift your emotions. That way you are balancing out your fight or flight response system and then also balancing out your hormones. Be mindful when you are stressed and there is no imminent danger. Always seek to relax and calm yourself in stressful situations, because we also have to remember that our hormones do so much for us, and this is beyond our conscious understanding. The way that we assist our body is to move into states of mind that promote peace, calmness, and tranquility, and allow our body to do its thing. Now, that has been my presentation on Pisces, and hopefully you've had a chance to read through all of these astrological archetypes. If you need more information from me, please email me at hoodmystic@gmail.com if you have any questions. Also, be sure to check out the transcripts to this video and all of my videos on hoodmystic.com. It's one thing to listen, but it's also another thing to read, click the links, and do your own personal research so you can activate these archetypes within yourself. Be sure to check out my book, Astrology Explained, Manipulating the Matrix, as well as How to Read Natal Charts Easily and Effectively. All of these books are available in Kindle as well as paperback, and they'll be available in the links in the description. If you need anything else additional, you know how to reach me, but I'll catch you on the flip side, family. Peace.